Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Is this an 80s music video or what? Look at this guy, man. Liam Ohgren has been putting in work. This is what the NHL tweeted out back on July 22nd, 2025, heading into the 25-26 Minnesota Wild season. Although, of course, now, the reason you clicked on this video is because this guy is no longer a Wild. Today, we are talking about the illustrious career so far that has belonged to Liam Ohgren of the Vancouver Canucks, and just how unbelievable this guy has been. 21 years old, 6'1", 187, left-handed left-wing player. Can you believe that Liam Ohgren, when acquired from the Minnesota Wild, had 0 points in 18 games played? That's ridiculous. He was a throw-in in the Quinn Hughes trade, alongside of Zeev Buya, Marco Rossi in the 2026 first-round pick. I almost said 2025. Man, time is moving fast here, folks, isn't it? But Liam Ohgren has come into Vancouver, put on the sweater. He hasn't even spent time with the Vancouver Canucks in Vancouver. They've been on a road trip this whole time. Started out in New Jersey, New York, Boston, 4 wins in a row, and the game against the Bees sees Liam Ohgren get his second goal as a Canuck and the shootout winner. He's gotten himself 3 points in 4 games for the Vancouver Canucks. That is ridiculous. How could you even predict something like that to happen? For a guy to go from literally nothing in 18 games with Minnesota to 3 points in 4 games with Vancouver. And that's not even it. Oh no, let's go out there and take a look at Big Head Hockey. This is what they tweeted out after Vancouver versus Boston. Liam Ohgren tonight. 1 goal, 1 assist, 3 shots with 2 high danger chances, 3 hits, an 89.02 expected goals for percentage at 5v5, which was second on the Canucks, and the shootout winner. In round 5, round 6 of the shootout, he comes in, pulls off a nasty little backhand twang on Jeremy Swayman, winning the game 5-4. What the hell is going on with the Vancouver Canucks, and what the hell's going on with Liam Ohgren? This is the reaction. This is exactly it. Oh my goodness, man. No Petey, no problem. All we got is Liam Ohgren, Marcus Petey, Linus Karlsson, all these Swedes stepping into Vancouver's lineup and performing. What a surprise. And honestly, what an amazing story here for Liam Ohgren and his development. One of the big narratives from Minnesota fans after the Quinn Hughes trade went down was, hey, wait a minute, we just gave up a whole bunch. That's crazy. Quinn Hughes is coming to our team, sure, but Rossi, Buya, Ohgren, and a first, that's a lot of stuff. That's essentially the entire Minnesota Wild young core, if you really wanted to simplify things. Yes, there are other prospects and other names, but Ohgren, Buya, Rossi, first, that's a lot of value. But essentially, Wild fans, despite the fact that they were happy to get Quinn Hughes, I did see a lot of them say, yeah, no, I just hope that these young Canucks prove their value well, and Buya becomes a good player, and Rossi continues to develop, and Ohgren ends up taking the next step because he didn't really take many steps this year in Minnesota. I saw a lot of Wild fans being very supportive of the guys that had recently departed their team. And the best part about it is, when you see Liam Ohgren go out there and do all the things that he's doing, 89.02 expected goals for percentage at 5v5 is nuts, by the way. It is so good. Wild fans all over are like, yeah, good. Let's see that. It's amazing to see guys take that next step because unfortunately, in Minnesota, it's not really like he was being given that much leeway to shine. I mean, sure, the ice time is kind of similar, but you had some 5, 8-minute games, 9-minute games in there. And I say that fully knowing that Liam Ohgren had 7 and 8 minutes in some of the earlier games he had with the Canucks. But against Boston, he gets 12 minutes, he gets a goal and an assist. I mean, this is a pretty versatile Swedish player, and I think when you dive into the scouting report and what essentially made him a first-line caliber prospect back in 2022, it starts to make a lot of sense. Liam Ohgren was drafted 19th overall back in that time frame, but if you take a look at the draft rankings, he was ranked as high as number 13 by Elite Prospects. Essentially, if you read the scouting report from Elite Prospects and their draft guide on Ohgren, they had him as a JT Miller / Timo Meier similar player comparable. Just a strong power winger with some two-way tools and a no-nonsense approach to creating offense with drive and determination. Even the scouting report on the main Elite Prospects page talks about this. Everything happens in motion. He gets pucks moving as he arrives at position. He skates through his passes and he doesn't need to break stride to get off his shot. He plays at such a heightened pace that the puck often flies from his stick no sooner than you realize he's even secured possession in the first place. And that's exactly what we saw out of Liam Ohgren's first goal for the Vancouver Canucks this year against the New York Rangers. He just comes in down the wing and whips a shot towards the goal. It ends up beating Jonathan Quick, not because it's a pinpoint accurate snipe, but because it's just a powerful freaking shot that Quick gets a lot on, but it still rolls in behind him. Some of these other scouting reports here, Magnus Havlid went out there and said that Liam Ohgren is a team player who is very coachable, a great character, and captain material. Mikael Holmquist said that he has a powerful stride and a shot that stands out the most. And then Draft in Europe said that Ohgren's offensive zone passing is terrific and confirms his quality offensive instincts. Meanwhile, you have yourselves Dauber. This is the series of Dauber prospects reports on Liam Ohgren, a play-driving winger with a nose for scoring areas and refined off-puck habits. A safe bet as a top-9 winger in the NHL with the potential for more. Take a look at what Leon... Is that an L or an I? I'm going to say Ian Gidonescu. Ian Gordonescu went out there and said about Ohgren back in June of this year. After a back injury delayed his start to 23-24 in the SHL, Ohgren finished the season strong with 19 points in 26 games. Not bad for a 20-year-old playing in one of the top pro leagues in the world. He followed it up with a nearly point-per-game pace in the AHL at 21, as well as 24 NHL games. He looks primed to stick to the NHL as a middle six option in 25-26, and maybe pushing for a top six role by the end of the season. So, top six Liam Ohgren? Is that possible? I mean, one of the big things that everybody's going to be talking about is the fact that when Ohgren was with Djurgårdens in the Allsvenskan and in the J20 level as well, he was going out there with some pretty notable names on his line. Liam Ohgren was most notably playing with Noah Östlund as well as Jonathan Lekkerimäki. This is the Djurgårdens regular team, the pro men's team, but if you go over to the junior team where Ohgren was going out there and dominating in points, you will see that he was by far and away with the same dudes. He is with Noah Östlund. He is with Jonathan Lekkerimäki. These guys had chemistry. These guys were all playing together at some point. I saw some Canucks fans saying, hey, we should trade for Noah Östlund out of the Buffalo Sabres because that guy will finish off that top line. I mean, it's possible, but I don't really want to make it seem like it's necessary here. Liam Ohgren by himself, playing with Jonathan Lekkerimäki when the time comes, is going to be awesome because Lekkerimäki has been dominating in the AHL so far. He's really gotten his feet back under him, recovering from that injury. So, sooner rather than later, if he ends up playing with Ohgren, if they play with Pettersson in the middle, then you could have a triple Swede line, a triple Crown line, even have Linus Karlsson down there. Who really knows? There's a lot of potential out of these young Swedes in Vancouver. But Liam Ohgren has been so good that he deserves his own video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about this 1 goal, 1 assist, 2 high danger chances, 89.02 expected goals for percentage at 5v5 player for the Vancouver Canucks? He was a throw-in in the Quinn Hughes trade, and now he's doing all of this and more. Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.